I just feel fed up and frustrated, and that I don't want to do this anymore. Deep down in my heart, like maybe it was too far gone already. I know I'm supposed to take responsibility for the things that I'm doing wrong, but like it's her. I just feel like she's never happy. Like it's always something with her.
That's your summary in your mind of why you're done? Because she will never be happy?
In a nutshell, yeah.
Where are you?
So when he says to you that, oh, it's really about me not being happy, there's a reason for it. It's not because I'm crazy. It's because there's a foundation of saying one thing and then doing another thing. And that's, in a nutshell, how you are with me. I really don't feel like he wants to try to change or make things better. And I feel like deep down he doesn't know what he wants.
How much of this kind of, maybe it's time to separate, how much of that is true for you? Do you feel like you're 100% behind that?
Yes.
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 And you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay, good night.
Bye.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Welcome.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, this is like the best surprise.
I know that she doesn't trust me fully.
That's true. I don't fully trust him. It was something that happened along the way that I felt like he gave me reasons to feel like not secure in how he felt about me, like how seriously he took or valued our relationship.
You're hurt.
Yeah, I felt very hurt. I felt very hurt. It kind of messed with my head, you know, like, because it made me start looking at myself like there was something wrong with me.
For being upset.
Right. And deep down inside, I felt like there was more going on than he was really telling me.
First of all, how are you feeling right now?
Annoyed. I'm a little annoyed. Yeah. There's nothing happened. Like, I never cheated on her. I've never stepped out on her. When we were dating, like, that's just not me.
So what made Evelyn suspicious of you?
I think she just knew that the majority of the employees at my job were female, and there was a lot of social
What kind
events.
of company?
It was a fashion company. It was
Fashion.
yeah. You know, in the course of the night, I made an immature decision to like, hey, not give you that call and let you know like I'm still out because my frame of mind was I'm probably gonna hear it, and I didn't want to hear it. I think we've gotten to the point that it's happened so often that it made us question like, hey, what are we doing? Because I feel like, what's a relationship without trust? Yeah.
I remember watching this show and I was intrigued by this couple just because when they showed how bad it was at the very beginning, I'm like, are they trying to hook you and do like a swap towards the end just to get you invested? But watching this couple and other couples on the show, when my wife says she appreciates me a lot more than she did before, I completely understand. I feel so blessed that I do have the marriage that I have, just because with this couple you can tell the lack of communication, the being afraid to say something because you think you're gonna hear it from the partner. And I feel if they had like a healthier relationship, and granted, yes, therapy will give you the tools you need to have these difficult conversations that you need to have. I just feel once you give someone an inkling that they can't trust you, you're pretty much going to have to prove to them that you can be trusted. Now, it's one thing if you broke their trust, that may not ever be rebuilt. It can, but it really depends on the person. But for them, I was looking at them like, oh, they're not going to make it at all. I don't know why we're here. Just because of what they're saying in their body language. That's another thing. Looking at the show, depending how close a couple is, that's telling me how far apart they are as far as wanting to stay together, not wanting to be together type of thing. And they still look pretty close. So it's like, are you just in your feelings at the moment and you feel you're not being heard of what the other person's trying to say? So yeah, it's more of like, I don't think they're saying what they really want to say. They're saying part of what they want to say, but not the full thing that they want to say, because they feel, one, it's going to upset the person, and then two, they may not be able to hear what the actual other person's trying to say, and they're just going to get in defensive mode and try to fight and just get their point of view. I don't think there should be this type of disconnect if you've been together for that long. That's why I always say effective communication. If you can do that and listen to what the person is saying, kind of repeat it back to them and paraphrase, okay, you said this, I heard this. Are we on the same page, or did I hear something different than what you said?
Now, the one thing is, Alan had mentioned there was a point where he stayed out late and he did not want to send that text because he didn't want to hear it later. But he was going to hear it anyway, okay? I actually went through this one time because I was hanging out with coworkers after work and we just hung out, ate pizza, and then I was trying to invite one more person. They were still working, and unfortunately this person took hours longer than I thought it would take for them to get and join us. It was really, at the end of the day, just me and my friend waiting for this guy. But I never told my wife, and this was like 2.5 hours in between. She knew I was going to hang out with the guys. She didn't know that was going to be this long. That was on me, okay? Because had I sent the text, maybe it would have been, oh, okay, thank you for letting me know. Or like, hey, why's it got to be so late? Either way, it's going to be less of a hassle for you to let them know. Be in constant communication, okay? Otherwise, you shouldn't be married if you don't want to communicate. And Jay is right. I mean, from the beginning of this couple, it was clickbait, essentially, because it already starts bad. And now we're going to find out why it was getting so horrible for them already. And it started with him saying, she doesn't trust me. Now, I'll say this much, okay? He said that with his job, there's a lot of women around. Okay, fine, so be it. Even in the most secure marriage, okay, you're still gonna have the smallest, like, granule of sand inkling, like, is something happening? But if you have trust, if you have communication, you could probably eliminate the majority of that doubt. But also, the thing that Jay always brings up, which is a key component here, what do you hear? And Jay always mentions, repeat it to them to make sure that you're confirming what you should hear or what they should hear. Because it's kind of easy for your head to play games with you already. Because sometimes you may want to hear what you want to hear, you didn't hear what they actually said. And vice versa, if you're the one that said it, they didn't hear it. Communication, okay? And if there's no trust already, even though he said nothing happened, I mean, if you're not doing anything to secure the other person and not having that doubt, then that's just as bad as not doing anything, all right? Because they're just basing it on guessing. They have to guess because you're not keeping them in the loop. That's not a marriage. It's not a healthy marriage, and it's not one that will stay forever. You're gonna end up divorcing. And by the way, a therapist is not there to fix your relationship, fix your marriage. They are to put you on the path so both of you can fix it yourself. That's what a therapist, a good one, is supposed to do. Because I'm sure we've all heard of other therapists that they let you do whatever. They just want to collect the paycheck. No. A good therapist just puts you together So you can take care of this on your own, because the goal is you're supposed to not need the therapist anymore at some point. So that's why I enjoy this show, because she does do that. Honora does do that. She puts you aligned with one another so you can figure it out on your own and move forward. So couples therapy, good show. I see I got Jay on it. I'm glad. So we're going to keep going with this, somebodies. Hey somebodies, come check out my channel where I give you my candid thoughts and opinions on various topics and weird news reports. So stop by for some tomfoolery and ballyhoo. Cute little guy, eh?